Greetings, everyone. This is Reverend Chris. Welcome to this edition of the Chrysalis on this February afternoon, the day after Valentine's Day 2020, February 15th. Thank you for being here and participating and listening to this recording. Today we are going to talk about a subject on everybody's mind, and that is the coronavirus. I was guided by my team to do a reading on the virus and what it means from the 40,000 foot level. We're not talking about anything that's going on at ground level for the most part. Everything that's picturing at ground level is a function of what's going on in the higher realms and what the intentions are around it and what it is being used to accomplish for us. Now you might say, the people that are dying, how can it be doing something for them? Well, we all come in here with a plan, and we all know what we signed up for before we get here, and these people made a soul contract having to do with this virus, maybe not this virus, but something, an event of this type, that their deaths would actually help bring to light. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So I was guided to do a reading, and the cards that I did the reading with are a new deck that I got that I absolutely adore. They're wonderful. This is Secret Language of Light. I love them. And the artwork and the graphics are all done by Daniel. Hang on a second. Yeah, Daniel B. Holman, whose light-filled artwork has been a foundational wonderful addition, visual addition to our ascension and enlightenment as we go through. He has an amazing way of putting these things into visual expression that most people don't, because he seems to have a really deep connection and understanding and can then express it in his artwork, and it's amazing. And that's what all these cards are. So having said that, I was guided to do this reading. It's not a long reading, but it is a strong message to us. First off, I'm going to tell you that if you are perusing the internet and you are buried in trying to find all the latest news about this virus, and if you're buried in trying to figure out where it came from, who did it, whose fault it is, what's really going on at ground level in all of these internet sources, I'm going to tell you to stop. Absolutely stop. Because you need to ask yourself what purpose you are serving by doing this. Yes, it's good to be aware that there is something going on. And it's good to be aware of anything happening that might impact you, so that it doesn't come as a total shock to you if any of this shows up in your vicinity. Now, not saying that it will, but this goes for any event that happens. So fires, storms, floods, other outbreaks of illness, just to be aware that it exists. The whole thing with this coronavirus, there is so much misinformation out there, so many abjectly and completely false videos, doctored videos, made to seem like there's horrendous things going on that aren't really. I won't even go into all of them. I'm telling you to just set it aside, because you're going after all of these things. Why? What is it you're accomplishing? One, by trying to find them. What is guiding you to do that? You know what's guiding you to do that? It's not just a sense, it's not just a search for information. Why do you find that search for information necessary? What is driving that? Is it anger? Is it wanting to blame somebody? Is it fear? Oh my God, is it coming here? Was it real? Let's see, blah, blah. You know, 99% of the time when you're doing that, you're engaged in those activities, you've got fear that is driving you to investigate, because somehow you're hoping that whatever you find out, if you understand it, that you don't have to fear it. You didn't have to fear it to begin with. And that's part of the message that's going to come through in this reading. Now, I pulled the cards a couple of nights ago. Yesterday, I got waylaid by some unexpected client calls just out of the blue that people needing help. So I had to take care of that. So today I'm doing the reading for you. I pulled the cards. I know what the messages are for the most part. There's more going to come through here as I share with you, and just take it or leave it. That's up to you. I'm sharing what I'm getting from divine sources, and I am pretty well known for being pretty well connected. Getting big confirmation shivers here now. You know, it's my team. My team is here, and they are ready to share with you what they want you to know about what's really going on with the coronavirus and where you need to be in all of this. And it's not just for the coronavirus. This is for any of these fear-creating events. And yes, that is one of the main purposes for this. And we all suspect that to begin with. But let's move into the reading. All right. You get centered. And I'm going to use a little bit of my divine communication essence that I created. And I put a little bit on my wrists. Smells good. To help me move into a higher state of connection and a more consistent, guarded, and protected state of connection. Okay. So the first card when I did the reading that came up was this. Sensitivity. Isn't that a beautiful card? See what I mean about Holman's work? Anyway, sensitivity. What has this got to do with the virus? Well, it has to do with our energetic sensitivity to receiving it into our system. How open are we? How receptive are we? How resonant are we to receiving this into our system? And the biggest part of the biggest part of the message here is for me to share something with you that I discovered a while back. And you have to understand that my specialty that I deal with is in patterns in the matrix and how everything fits together, how it all connects, how it all works and interacts. That's my specialty. And, I'm always asking questions when anything happens. It's like, okay, how does this happen? It's not just why did this happen, but what is the mechanism? What's going on here? How is this happening? And one of the things I discovered was that there are particles of information and data, patterns, constructs, encodings, triggers for certain things that surround us all the time. And a large portion of them, because it's where we got our information from, comes to us through the media, through visual and electronic means, and environmental means as well. But one of the things that I discovered is that there is something that I call light bots or nanites, right? Energetic nanites and light bots that hold this information, patterns, triggers, whatever this program is. And these things say there are light bots and nanites that hold the patterns for cancer. And now our DNA, and scientists will say, well, if your DNA has this cancer gene, you're going to get cancer. Well, it doesn't happen that way. We already know through the work of Bruce Lipton that just because something is present in our genetic makeup doesn't mean it's going to be turned on. So what is it that turns this stuff on or even inserts it in our DNA if it wasn't there before? So when these light bots, these nanites that contain the information, the constructs, the patterns, the templates for a particular cancer are allowed to embed themselves and attach themselves to our light body systems, our matrix, that information is transmitted to the entirety of our matrix. And it creates a resonance then with that particular kind of cancer. And so the conditions then are put in place for us to be able to develop that kind of cancer, depending on, waiting for the trigger that would do it. And usually the triggers come and they're usually emotional triggers. Sometimes they're environmental triggers that have to do with our external environment or foods that we eat. And mostly it's our beliefs. So if we believe that there are environmental triggers, then that's what does it. If we believe there are emotional triggers, that's what does it. If we believe that there are dietary triggers, that's what will do it. At some point, then that creates the resonance, which then can interact with any DNA encodings that are already there and cause that to be. Or it can come in, sit there, and if our belief systems align with the possibility that we could get this cancer, we accept that, right? Because we have to first accept that that's a possibility in our belief system before this can even be injected or imprinted on our matrix. If we are unaligned with that belief, then we become resistant to those imprints. We don't resonate in any way with it, so it's not coming to us. And sometimes when we bring those things into us because we have belief sets that allow for it to happen. And right now, what did we have? What did the Relay for Life, the war on cancer, we're going to solve cancer. Everybody knows about cancer. Excuse me. Team, remove this. Remove it from my fields. The public has become totally accepting that this is likely to be part of our experience, and we've gone into all kinds of ways to find out how to prevent it. The first prevention is to get rid of the belief that it's possible, or probable even. So when we get these coming to us that imprint on us, then it's possible for them to be activated and be part of our experience, because it sets up that resonance and the possibility, and comes in there because the belief says, yeah, it could be possible. We imprint that light bot and that nanite into our system, and then it basically turns on all the rest of the system so that everything's ready for the right switch to be turned for it to be developed. Well, the angels are telling me through this that we need to be aware of this with the coronavirus. Two things. One, our beliefs that we could catch this, that it's out there and it's possible coming to us because the world, there's a global virus, an epidemic is coming. If we're believing that, then we are ripe for its attachment to us. And one of the things, aside from our beliefs, the energy of the belief or the energy that we attach to it, if that energy is fear, fear will draw that stuff into us like nobody's business. That will be just like, oh my God, I'm afraid of this. Boom. Right? We manifest what we give energy to. So the first stage in that manifestation is to attract the coronavirus pattern and template to attach to our energy fields. From that point on, if at any point we get exposed to that virus, we are already resonant with it, accept that it's a possibility, and have been attuned to supporting it. Getting a big yes on that right now from my team. So the angels want you to know that you need to stay out of fear about this. You need to remove it from your belief systems. And we're going to do that right now. I want you to close your eyes. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask beloved Archangel Raphael to come, and Metatron, and to remove any imprinted nanites or light bots or any other form of imprint, implant, or attachment to our energy fields, to our light body matrices at all levels, dimensions, and planes of existence and causation of our physical and light bodies, to remove from us any such things that provide templates for the coronavirus to access us. Remove them in totality from every one of us watching this video now or ever. Clear this all from us and remove from us everything that has been triggered by the presence of these things and in any way prepared us to receive the virus into our system. Thank you. And anything else that needs to be done so that we are free of this influence. Thank you. All right, beloved angel Uziel, now please come in and clear from us all belief sets that prepare us to receive this and allow us to accept it as a possibility in our domain, in our reality. Remove these things. And for every one of us, I act as proxy to suspend all such beliefs and release them in totality from every part of our body, physical and light body systems, matrices at all levels, dimensions, and planes of existence and causality throughout the entirety of our time-space continuums and soul spheres. And so it is. Including all perpetuating systems and redundancies that will restore these to us. And also I ask you, beloved Uziel, to restore and strengthen our faith and trust in our divine, highest and best state of health and well-being and natural resistance to these things that are not of the light and are not love. To move in trust and faith. And help us to be immune to the adoption of any other belief sets that would sponsor us receiving this virus or any other such viruses again. So be it and so it is. To the full extent which it serves all of our highest good to do so, Zeal. And in every way necessary for that to be so. Thank you, dearest one. Thank you. Okay, that was pretty powerful. So let's go on. That's enough with that card. I think we've done that one. So the second card that came up to me was this one, Enlightenment. Okay, so what we have going on here is we know that we have this global awakening happening, right? I mean, you can't get any clearer than that, right? Global awakening, enlightenment, it's there. And the vision that I was shown, first off, was that this virus was totally unnatural. It was created. Added to, adjusted, corrupted from the more natural form that a coronavirus would have. It was man-made, and it was made with dark purpose. And I was shown like this dark overlaying, right? This dark if you could think of maybe a big plastic tube, but not totally circular, like as if it was a bag, a long bag, right? Plastic bag filled with really dark, nasty liquid stuff, right? They showed me a picture of that just being laid down over top of this, over top of the light that is spreading through the earth. And this bag with all of this dark, noxious, nasty stuff was supposed to rupture and spread. So the dark intent here of this virus has to do with interrupting the awakening that is happening on this planet. And why would they want to do that? What is the awakening doing? It is shining the light on the darkness. It is exposing all the deepest, darkest holes where all of this crap has been hidden all this time, unbeknownst to us, because we had been trained not to look for it. But now the awakening is bringing us into this stage of enlightenment where we almost can't help but see it. It's right there in front of us. The veil doesn't exist because we can see this now. And they're like, they don't want that. They're absolutely, they don't want that to happen. All the bad guys and all the dark players do not want that to happen. No way, no how. So that is basically what was driving this virus to be introduced into the world. Now, what happened is that it didn't exactly get introduced the way it was planned to be introduced. Its introduction hit a snag so that the creators of the virus, and you gotta love divine justice, are becoming the victims of it. Now, I feel for the people in China that are having to go through this and deal with everything that's happening with it. But again, what I said is there are soul contracts in place. And all of this is happening so that the light can shine on what is really going on, what's happening, the nefarious activities that are going on under our noses and meant to bring harm to other people, truly. The production of these deadly viruses and bioweapons only have one purpose: to figure out a way to kill people or to incapacitate them in some way, to keep them from being effective, self-empowered individuals in some way, culling the population, distracting them from something else, keeping them in control. There is no other reason for these things to be even created or investigated or studied. Does it kill people? Fine. Get rid of it. Out of here. We don't need it. So that's what's going on with how the dark used this and was intending to use it, but it's kind of backfired in a way because it started in China and it's, for the most part, mostly contained still in China. There are a couple of outbreaks here and there, but the outbreaks that are getting outside of China are being quickly contained and dealt with. And that's going to continue to be the case. I'm getting big confirmation on that. And my team has told me there should be no fear about this. Because what the team light has always excelled at is taking every situation and making it work for them. So how does this work for them? Well, because it's happening in a way that wasn't planned, it is shining a light that this exists. It is showing us what is really going on. It is really giving us a big spotlight and insights into how things work in China and what's really happening. Not only that, but instead of dampening and putting the brakes on the Great Awakening, it's actually going to accelerate it. And you'll say, how is that? All right, what is the first thing? When people hit a place, when we hit a place in our lives where we can't find the answers in here, when there is no rational explanation or analysis that we can use or attach to or find anywhere to explain what's going on with us and why this happened and why it's happening to us, when we get to that place where we don't know what to do, how to respond, we haven't got any answers to our questions, where do we go? Humanity's absolute fail-safe response in these situations is to seek higher guidance. To go higher, to seek answers beyond themselves, to seek the answers that lie in the light, that lie with their higher selves and divine source and divine guidance. That's where they're going to go. And boy, you have 1 billion Chinese who have been trained away from religion and belief in anything but the Communist Party. Ha! What do you think is happening in there? They are going to have the light shine on them to a degree that's unbelievable, because that's where they have to go. They have to go to their traditional, they have to let go of this Communist Party, believe in the Communist Party thing, and they have to go higher. They have to find source and meaning, and that's the place where it exists, and they can find their center and their answers and their power. There is a huge awakening on the way in China. Huge. And that awakening is also going to lead to an uprising, the likes of which China hasn't seen in a long, long, long time, maybe never. When those people are connected, and I'll guarantee there are tons of them that are connecting now, they're sitting in fear, waiting for somebody to come knock on the door and take them away. And they're like, okay, I don't have any answers now. And Father Chairman Mao or President Xi has not got the answers for me. He's not there to help me. Where is the help that I need? Right there. And they are reaching for that light now. And it is coming into them by the gigawatt load. Because that is how the divine and the light is using this situation to create this, to bring China out of the dark. Enough said on that one. Okay, so the third card that I got was this one, a channeling. And I haven't received this channeled message yet. I was meant to wait until I sat and did the video so that I could receive the message for you. So I'm going to ask Archangel Gabriel now to assist me in receiving this message to bring to you through this video. Message begins, beloved ones, fear not. We have your back. We are here for you. We are here for the light, as are you. Give gratitude for the light's victory in this situation, for there is victory here, beloved ones. Fear not. We've got your back. We have this. This will not end the way it was intended to end, in any way, shape, or form. The light is rising up and combating the fear. Let the fear go. Own the light. Feel it. Open to it. Let it burn away the fear. Let it rest in your heart and show you the truth. And know that you are receiving awakening codes now. That will take you away from fear. That will raise your awareness of the truth and help you to see from a higher perspective. And know that all is okay, all is well, and all is in divine hands. Receive these codes now, beloved ones. All you have to do now is just put your hand up and say, I claim these codes for myself, and they are yours. To take away the worry and the fear, to bring you into alignment with your truth and your heart and your soul and all that they know that your mind doesn't. And so it is. Thank you, Gabriel. That was powerful. Angels never disappoint. So sit with this. Take a couple of deep breaths in. Blow them out. Center this and claim this for yourself. And you may feel it in your around your diaphragm, your solar plexus. You're going to feel this As you've claimed this, the fear is going to start to dissipate. You'll start to feel it coming up, and then it'll sort of dissolve. Feel that now. Oh, did you feel that blossom up through? That was amazing. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, team. Wonderful. Thank you. I love my team. All right, so the last card that came out of that reading is soul love. And you see the picture in here where the light, right, is extending here. We have, and our soul basically extends from, heaven to earth, has that connection. But the message in this card is meant for us to send. The message that came with this card is that we need to be spending some time, and we'll do it here, we'll start it here, sending some soul love into the collective unconscious to counteract the fear energies, to permeate the collective unconscious with love and truth. Because love is the energy of truth. Love restores truth, right? Uncovers truth. Presents truth. That is one of the strong qualities of love. So if we can send that light, and it's not heart love, I want to distinguish that. It is soul love, pure love of divine love, divine source, coming from our soul energies and soul centers. And we need to focus on sending from there when we do this. So before we do, I'm going to take some of my other blend oil here, and this is Soul Expression is this oil blend. And I have here, and I use this with my essences and oils. You can see the essences, the angel song essences, they're water-based. And my oils, I have a couple back here on my altar over there, are based coconut oil based essential oil blends that I create. And one of the methods that I use in order to, especially working distance, in order to connect people with these oils and these blends and these energies, and these aren't just essential oil blends, they are charged with light and light formulas as well. So I place, right, a little Post-it that I have here that has on it, you see what it's written on, everybody who's going to watch or listen to this video. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take this oil, the Soul Expression oil. That really smells good. All right, and I'm going to put 2 drops of it here on this page, and I'm going to put a drop of it on my wrist and rub it together. Oh, that's heavenly. That's awesome. Wow, just feeling the opening, soul alignment, energizing. Awesome. And I intend that this is connecting with all of you too, because this piece of Post-it note here is connected with every one of you who is watching this, whenever that is. So you should be receiving now. I think it's jasmine that's in there, among some other things, but that's awesome. This is connecting with you now and allowing you to connect with your soul, to feel that energy, to be in that place, in that center place of your soul. So I'm going to ask you to sit back now, close your eyes, center in that place of your soul, feel that, and to take and send that energy up, that love, that soul love, for all other source, all other humanity and life. Send that soul love, divine love, up into the collective unconscious of the planet. Wherever you are, just send it up into the collective unconscious. Just transmit that soul love. The love that knows that everything's fine. The love that exposes truth. Dissolves fear. Fear and love cannot exist in the same place at the same time. So we're sending soul love up into the collective unconscious now. We are separating ourselves from receiving anything from the collective unconscious that is other than love. And we're not going to allow that right now. So send that love, feel that, heading up from your crown chakra all the way up from your third eye, focusing on the collective unconscious of humanity, of the planet. Feel it now as we populate the collective with love, with this soul love and divine love and light. This is us saying no more. The darkness and evil and fear shall not prevail, shall not rule us or control us, shall not be, shall not spread its fear or feed upon it. We say no, and we say no with love, with the pure love of our souls and divine source. Some of you had a strong release and breakthrough there too. Let's clear away everything that is blocking us or trying to block us from enlightenment, awakening, from truth, from love. Because as you know, as we are sending this into the collective, it is building hugely, it is multiplying and amplifying, and we are receiving it back. And you are being open to receive. And attuned to love. Thank you, my beloved team, all of our teams, our guardian teams, the angels of awakening, angels of our souls. Didn't expect that. I'll bet you didn't either. Do you feel that all the way up that center line, your soul line? Mm. All right, sit here as long as you desire to in this place of connection and sending love. Disconnect and bring yourself back down from the collective as you desire at your own pace. Mm. Didn't that feel wonderful? Wow. Like I said, my angel teams never disappoint. They do things like this. When they bring me in front of you, they're ready to help me bring through everything that they want you to receive. So you can sit with this beautiful light and love that you both gave and received through this exercise and transmission, and be prepared to be open to receive in ways that you never have before. Watch things automatically, boom, start landing in your lap. Because this isn't just about receiving love or being cleared of a virus. This is about being open to receive all that you desire, all that you want, and to open and clear away your own personal reasons for resisting and rejecting these things, whether you know what they are or not, or are aware of them. We all do. But I would love to hear about your adventures in the next couple of days, because I am being told that there are a bunch of you that can just expect to just, boom, have stuff happen. Happens to me all the time. Every time I find a block that's keeping me from manifesting what I'm desiring to manifest, as soon as the block is removed, phew, things just flow into me like crazy. I'm like, wait a minute. How do I do this? What do I do with that? So expect that the blessing that you have just received through this will manifest itself quickly for you. So be aware and open to seeing how that's happening. That is the end of the reading for the coronavirus and all that's going on with it. The major message here is to get out of fear and not to worry, to trust that the light has this. The light has already won. Whatever is going on down here is the last gasp. Is it ugly? Oh, sure, it's going to be, and it's not going to get any better for a while. Trust me, peeps. They're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to do their best to bring us into fear and separate us and keep us from the light and from each other. They're going to do their darndest. Don't let them. Sit high, look from that perspective and say, I see what you're doing. I see that. Nuh-uh. Not participating. That's where we need to be. Stay in connection. Stay centered. Stay in faith and trust and love. And deal with whatever the physical plane gives for you to deal with. You know, we're all going to have to do some stuff. But trust. that it's all working out the way it is meant to work out for the highest and best good of everyone and everything. Thank you so much for being here with me. Happy day after Valentine's Day. Blessings to you, love you, and have a good rest of your day and enjoy the blessings of this reading session that we have had. Thank you.